Alright, so how are my ferments, my vegetable and fruit ferments doing? Good. They're doing really, really good. Okay, I'm very impressed by these. I'm still living off of them. I'm still constantly refilling. This is just, what is this, guacamole? Gotta finish that. But I keep one side, one row is for fruit. The other row is for vegetables. Okay, and um, I go through the fruit a lot faster than I do the vegetables because they just taste better. So how do you increase your vegetable consumption? And also, let me say, I'm adding eggs. I got I got over 6 hard-boiled eggs, and I think this one, and that they seem to be doing good. The eggs pickle. Sometimes the eggs will break and the yolk will get exposed to the water, and it seems okay. It changes the taste a little bit, but it still seems okay. Sit in there for days, even with broken eggs, and things are okay. Um, the fruit. This one has. Oh, I didn't. It's. It looks like a mess, but it's not bad. Look at that. It looks like a complete mess in there, and it kind of is. I did add service berries, which I'm not too happy about. I'll go through. I'll continue to eat them. Service berries are not great for fermenting. Yep, that's very sour. All right, it could be alcohol, could be vinegar. It's just very sour. It's very sour. Okay, you really can't tell if there's alcohol or vinegar. It's just really sour. If you start feeling really good, then you know there's a little alcohol in there. But whatever, no big deal. Mm. I don't bother straining. I want the fiber. I want to consume that fiber. Mm-hmm. And it looks like a mess, even on the top too. Like I said, on the bottom, look at the rim. I let it get dirty. I let that white film get on the top sometimes. Stir it in, and it's fine. These are the ones. This is the one that has the if I can. It's not very easy for me to keep good to keep a good tab on it, but I do my best. Okay, here we are. See, this is only a matter of an hour, I think. I just put those apples in, and they keep rising to the top. So I gotta keep stirring it down. Get it all down. So it's fresh. Mmm. Yeah, that's not too bad. Mmm. Very fizzy. It's a fresh one. It's going strong. I love it. I don't know what this. I, I don't know what this white thing is. That's been there for weeks. I just need to scratch it off. Got to make it presentable for a good video. But it all overall, I mean, it's healthy. I have not been getting sick, and I think with the addition of honey, which I still have it. It takes a few days, but I'll put a scoop in every so often into the vegetable ferment. I thought originally I would just stick with honey and the fruit ferments, but I go through them so fast and the fruits are so sweet that I'm like, well, wait a second. I'm not really consuming the vegetables so much. I'll put the honey in the vegetable ones. And that's really helped. Okay, it's helped me consume the vegetables. The vegetable, look at that. It looks like just a mess. This is the one with the eggs in it. Very sour, different kind of sour. I can kind of taste the egg, but it doesn't get me sick. Perfectly fine, tastes good. Oh man, all that sour is actually healthy. Plus the breakdown of the vitamins and the minerals. There's something to chew on. The others have some cucumbers in them. What I do is I put the vegetable in, let it sit for a few days, and then I'll add the honey to give it another jump start. Because if I put the vegetable in and then the honey right on top, the fermentation will go nuts. I don't want that. I'll let it go nuts with the vegetables, and then a few days later let it go nuts with the honey, and that is a good I think so far it's a good strategy. I don't bother with salt. I just I don't really like I'm not that big of a fan of salt. The only thing I'll accept salt with are potatoes. Look at this. I got this from the food bank. This is the last kind of potato that I want to consume too. Sliced with low sodium. It's not a great tasting. It's not a great tasting option. I can see why it made it to the food bank. I want whole potatoes with a full salt, because potatoes and salt go really good together. And then also of course I've mentioned before with parsley too, potatoes and parsley. But what else can you say about ferments? They're great. They're easy to start. I separate the fruits from the vegetables. I focus the honey in the vegetables. It's no longer just a little experiment. I'll say though, it's only been a couple of weeks since I really started in on the honey stuff, but I don't consider it an experiment anymore. I'm fully committed to honey. I don't see any other option. I don't see any need to scale back. I don't want to add honey to the fruits because since I go through the fruit so fast, I don't think the fermentation can happen fast enough. I want to be reasonable about this. Since I go through the vegetables slower, add the honey to those, because then I'll give the honey more time to ferment and get stronger, of course. So it's quite a system. I would like actually more jars, but I only have so much room right there. I don't know where I could fit. Where could I fit jars? You know, I'd need bigger space. But if I had more jars, I could definitely give them more time to ferment. And I would definitely love to give them more time to ferment. Instead, I'm stuck with 3 jars for each. And on average, for the fruit, I give them usually less than a day to ferment. So we're talking about partially fermented fruits. The vegetables may get a little bit more time, not too much more. So they get a fair amount of time to ferment, but only by a day, 2 days. I cycle through this pretty quickly, and I really don't have anything to cut up at the moment. I've been cutting up apples, and I put them in big chunks so they don't go crazy and explode on me. All right, I did a mush, and that explodes. That just goes too crazy. So I do the big chunks, and that slows down the fermentation, the bubbliness, the overflowing of the top, and then I could fill it closer to the top too. On top of that,